Hey, I'm Brian Wall with worshiptutorials.com, and this is 5 reasons why you should memorize your music. So I realize that as a worship leader or as a worship musician, you probably have a stack of songs, maybe like 50 to even 100 deep. And thinking about memorizing all those songs is daunting just to even consider it. But I think that even though it is difficult and a little bit of work to memorize that many songs, I think there are at least 5 compelling reasons, and probably more than 5 reasons, why you should do it. So, reason number 1, you will become a better player, you will sing better, and you will play your instrument better. This may seem obvious, and it's probably the most important reason why you should memorize your music. Just think of how many times, if you're a worship leader or a worship musician, that you've started singing the wrong line, or you started playing the wrong chord, or maybe you played a progression one chord off. Some of these songs are extremely similar as far as chord progressions, melody lines, the rhythm of words. Oftentimes when I'm trying to play one song, I will kind of start another one. And if I don't have those memorized, my chances of doing that goes up exponentially. Also, when you memorize something, it's just a matter of, well, at least for me to memorize something, it's a matter of repetition. And the more times you do something, the better at it you will get. If there's a line that's hard for you to sing, say it's hard for you to hit the high note in the bridge or something. If you sing it over and over again, you'll begin to hit that note more often. And eventually, you'll hit it every time. But if you just kind of look at the music and you hope for the best, chances of hitting it aren't going to be that great. So number 1, it will help you be a better musician, you will play your instrument better, and you will sing better. Number 2, your confidence will go up. So confidence is one of those things that is hard to put a distinct value on, but it is an extremely valuable thing in my opinion. So oftentimes you will hear people say you just need more confidence when you lead. What's another word for confidence? Maybe you've heard you'd like to be more assertive when you lead, or you'd like to lead with less fear. I know a lot of times fear is a big factor when it comes to getting in front of people and doing anything. So confidence all plays into that. Memorize your music, you will have more confidence, trust me. Number 3. Get rid of the music stand. So, this is more than just a looks thing for me. So I am a big fan of a clean stage, and I think that the way things look, the way we present things, whether it's the carpets, or if you have like a hard surface floor, if it's swept, sort of the logo and the design of the stage and all of your materials, I think of all that as branding. These things all make a difference. They create an experience. If you've got 5 music stands sitting on your stage, it clutters everything up quick. So 1, it doesn't look great. 2, when your eyes are glued onto that music stand, you're not really paying attention to what you should be paying attention to, and that is sort of the room, the feel of the room, the atmosphere. There's a lot of intangible things as well that go into it, like how in tune are you to the Holy Spirit, for example, when you're leading worship? That's really important. When your eyes are glued to a music stand and you're looking for the next place to go, it's really hard to engage in all those other factors. Number 4, and this kind of goes along with the last point, but if you memorize your music, not only will you break free of the music stand, but I mentioned being in tune to the Holy Spirit in the last point, number 3, but it really does allow you to pay attention to other things besides your playing. And this goes beyond just looking at a sheet of music. It frees your mind from having to think about what's coming next. And you still have to think about that, but instead of dwelling on it and wondering, am I going to the right section with the rest of the guys in the band, or how many, what's the next line? I got to figure out what I'm going to say so I don't say the wrong thing. Instead of dwelling on all of those things, you are able to pay more attention to the congregation. How is the congregation engaging in worship? Maybe the congregation is really engaged in this one verse or chorus or bridge, and we should hang out here for a while and we should repeat this part. Or maybe you feel this contemplative spirit over the congregation or over the band, and you feel like maybe we need to play an instrumental section where we don't sing anything and we just kind of be in this moment in this song. If you have your music memorized, it is much easier to make those kinds of decisions or to do those kinds of things within a worship set, within a song. Number 5, how many times have you been somewhere with your guitar and someone asks you to play a song? So number 5 has to do with sort of impromptu worship. So I know personally, when I go, we have a group of pastors that we will meet once a quarter. And every time we get together, they ask me to sing a few songs. Well, the first couple times we got together, I hadn't planned on this. And so they said, "Hey, Brian, will you lead us in a few worship songs?" And I didn't have any sheet music with me. I had my guitar, luckily, but I didn't have much else. But I had a catalog of at least 50 or 60 songs memorized. And I could even, some of them said, "Hey, we'd really like to sing this song." And, if it's a really popular song, more often than not, it's one that I probably have memorized. So it allows you really to engage in worship in these sort of impromptu settings. And often I found that those are some of the richest and the most meaningful times of worship that I've ever experienced. So, 5 reasons why you should memorize your music. Number 1, it will make you a better player. You will make less mistakes. You will sing better. You will play your instrument better. Number 2, you will have more confidence as you lead worship. Number 3, you get all those pesky music stands off the stage, and your eyes and your mind will be able to focus on more things, which ties into number 4. You're not going to be thinking about the song nearly as much as if you didn't have it memorized, which allows you to pay more attention to all of the other things that you should be paying attention to as you lead worship. And number 5, whenever you have a moment arise where you are given opportunity to lead worship and you don't have music with you, no problem. You've got it memorized and ready to go. Those are my 5 reasons. I really encourage you to start memorizing your songs if at all possible. So what I want to know from you, I personally can think of many times where I have started the wrong line in a song or not known what the next line is. And in fact, just a few weeks ago we were singing a song, and we have a setup on our stage where we have a little screen that you can see that faces the band, so I can look down and see the screen, and whatever is on the screen, on the big screen for the congregation, is on that screen for the band members. So if we forget words, they have them right there, as long as the person operating the screen has the right words up. So we got into a song, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the song off the top of my head, but I got all mixed up on the words. I started singing the wrong verse at the wrong time, and then I was just flustered, and so I didn't know where to go. So the whole time I sat there and I was glued to that screen, which is really kind of close to the bottom, or it's kind of on the floor almost. I like to have it down low so it's kind of out of the way. And so the whole time I'm playing guitar and I'm looking down like this, then I'm looking down, and then I'm looking up, and I'm looking down, and I'm sure it looked goofy to everyone in the congregation. So let me hear from you a moment where you made a blunder in worship, whether you're playing an instrument or singing or leading, and memorizing your music would have really helped you out. So let's hear it in the comments. Head over to worshiptutorials.com and leave a comment there, and I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you next time. Bye.